Hi class, so I want to talk to you about my persuasive speech topic, which is about gay marriage rights. It should not matter to anyone else if a gay couple wants to be married. This does not affect them in any way whatsoever. Love is love, and that's what matters. We've been fighting for gay rights for quite some time. According to the New York Times, the Stonewall Rebellion was a defining moment in the history of the gay rights movement. This is what opened the eyes of gay men and women to the idea that they were being attacked as a group. This also made them realize they needed to organize a group together. On the night of June 16, 1969, there was a police raid at the Stonewall Inn in New York City. This is a hangout for gays that was run by the mafia. This prompted some fury and outrage, and police began to raid the bars. They did this on a regular basis. They would go in and arrest the transvestites and the gay men and women and just harass the customers. The gay and lesbian patrons had enough and began to fight back. They would grab their beer cans and bricks or anything that was nearby and throw it when they were chucking it at the police officers. The police officers responded in either beating the patrons or just throwing them in jail. Doing this marked a shift in time, because before, people were afraid to let people know who they were and about themselves being gay. So people had left their closets and were never return to them again. They marched in Washington for their rights, and gay pride was born. Ever since 1990, the Stonewall Uprising has been celebrated with an annual gay pride march down Fifth Avenue and across Christopher Street, which is where the Stonewall Inn was located. The Stonewall Inn is now the Stonewall Bar and is now a National Historic Landmark. Many people today talk about the sanctity of marriage. This belief is part of the reason why many people believe that gay marriage should not be legalized in America. To these people, I want to ask the question, is marriage really that sacred in this country? And would letting anyone who wants to enter into same-sex marriage make it not so? In my opinion, I think that anyone who will jump into a Las Vegas 3-day wedding, and people who are, in the news today, like Tiger Woods and Jesse James, who have both cheated on their partners, their wives, one with multiple partners. I believe that this is what is destroying the sanctity of marriage. Gay marriage should be legalized simply because I believe that marriage is something between two consenting adults who love each other, no matter what their gender may be. Last time I checked, marriage was about love, not about gender, procreation, money, or anything else for that matter. Some of the argumentative sides from the anti-gay marriage groups, churches, they feel that gay marriage is based on the assumption that gays have a choice in who they can feel attracted to. And the reality is quite different. Many people actually believe that gay men and women can simply choose to be heterosexual if they want. But in reality is that very few do have a choice, any more than very few heterosexuals could choose which sex to find themselves attracted to. Also, many people continue to believe that homosexuality is nothing but sex, and it's just about sexual perversion. The reality is that it is multidimensional, and there is much more about love and affection than it is about sex. And this is what gay relationships are based on: mutual attraction, love and affection. Sex is a means of expressing love, just as it is in a heterosexual relationship. Being gay is much more profound than simply a sexual relationship. Being gay is part of that person's core identity. It's like, being gay is profound to this person, and like, just, for their rights, and this is something that few heterosexuals can understand unless they are like in our situation, like our minority, to see what we fight for, to understand where we are coming from. They also have a couple questions here. What they believe, why we should not marry, gay people should not marry. And one of them is marriage is an institute. They say marriage is an institution between one man and one woman. It seems to me that the straight community cannot show a compelling reason to deny the institution to gay marriage. So why is it denied? It shouldn't be. And if it seems like it's more like an expression of their prejudice than any kind of real judgment at all, argument at all. They say marriage is for procreation. Well, what about straight couples that can't have children? What if the wife is infertile, or the husband doesn't produce active sperm? Should they have their marriage licenses taken away, or not allowed to marry because they can't procreate? The same goes for gay men and women. There's other ways around that. There's adoption, and donors and all that stuff. They're saying same-sex couples aren't the optimum environment in which to raise children. But being a murderer, convicted felon of all sorts, even child molesters allowed to marry, procreate, and they do so every day. And with hardly even a second thought by these critics who say that gay people cannot raise children. So if children are truly the priority, then why is it allowed? Why are the advocates of this argument not working to prohibit these things from happening, from raising children? The fact is that many gay couples raise children, adopted and occasionally their own, from failed attempts at heterosexual marriages. Lots of scientific studies have shown that the outcomes of children raised in the homes of gay and lesbian couples are just as good as those from straight couples. The differences have been shown again and again to be insignificant. Psychologists tell us that what makes the difference is love of parents, not their gender. The studies are very clear about that, and gay people are capable of loving children as fully as anybody else. In 2010, New Hampshire, January 2010, New Hampshire made it legal for same-sex couples to wed, and as well as Massachusetts in 2008. And I just want to say that I hope this opened people's eyes, and not only their minds but their hearts, in consideration that gay couples deserve the right to be equal. And that's where I will end it. So thank you.